Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. A very warm welcome to Learning Communities Network. We're here today to really explore what is a learning community and how does this help people in terms of developing new services in this story. I'm Siobhan Reardon, I'm Director of LCN, and this is Shaun Basham, Head of Orientation and Mobility at Guide Dogs. A very warm welcome to you, Shaun.
Oh no, thank you, Siobhan, and a pleasure to chat to you.
So Shaun and I had a wonderful 2 years working together, delivering a new service to guide dogs. And that's a national service that covered 4 countries, Wales, England, Scotland and Northern Ireland. And we used the learning community model as a way of training. It was over 250 staff, wasn't it, Shaun?
It was.
And we use that model to get buy-in as well. If you think about introducing a new service, then one of the most important things is that you need staff to buy into that service. So Shaun, we call this talk that there's method in our madness. So let's kind of begin with you as the director of that new service. What do you recall about the value of using a learning community?
Siobhan, the value of using a learning community was absolutely huge. We have in the past, created and developed new services or new ways of working, and we developed them very centrally and created written guidance on how to roll out a service and how to deliver it. But having the learning community then and an opportunity to engage with staff who are delivering the services and be able to bring them together really helped the success of the rollout of that new service. It was able to engage with the staff. It was enabled us to understand what's working well and not working well, make little improvements, but really helped us to get buy-in and bed that new service in across the whole of the country.
And one of the things that we say here at LCN, that it's really everyone is equal in the learning process in a learning community. And you particularly experienced that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think previously I was very much used to having, the terminology like working groups, focus groups, project groups, and very formal structures around it. But it's the first time that I'd experienced or been exposed to this type of learning community. And that was really, really important because also we had staff at different roles, from management roles, supervisors, as well as staff who were delivering the service directly. But this type of opportunity, it presented an environment which was very much a safe space, based around very simple conversations on what's working well, what's not working well. But because it was a safe space, it opened up really great honesty and made all the people that were involved feel that they were valued, that they were listened to, and that they were contributing to the successful rollout and changes that we wanted to make.
And it's really interesting that you say that, Shaun. We also have delivered learning communities with different police forces across the UK, and again that essence of equality between learners came through, again bringing managers and operational staff together, and that's always been one of the main benefits of a learning community model. We were, as I say, we're working at a national level, so there was something about virtual learning communities and the cost-saving nature of that.
Oh no, it was brilliant. I mean, traditionally, if we wanted to bring staff together to continue, if you want to call it, their learning as we roll out new services, we'd have had to physically bring people together to various centres, and obviously the cost in terms of finances of travel and expenses, but also the fact taking people out of their day job for possibly a whole day is not efficient and it's not effective. But this way we can engage with staff and peer groups from around all of our community teams across the UK and bring them together for a really effective and efficient, but also it was fun as well. It was great bringing people together to have those conversations. So it was cost effective, it was efficient, and it made that we could make changes quite quickly if we needed to.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really struck me, is it did, having virtual online learning communities created a rapid feedback loop, didn't it? And we were able to, if we encountered problems in the service and in the rollout, we were able to respond very rapidly.
And I think also a measure of success from the learning communities is that people wanted to be part of it. And sometimes when you have a working group, you might have one meeting and you might obviously get actions and outcomes from it, but you don't always get a full engagement. But with these learning communities, everybody wanted to be involved. Everyone wanted to know when the next one was happening. And it's become part of our culture now. And people say, "Oh, when are we going to have another learning community?" So it's got great buy-in from staff.
Yeah. Shaun, it was an absolute pleasure, an honour to work with Guide Dogs, and to work with you, especially someone that's so passionately committed to supporting people with sight loss. And I think we learnt a lot from using the learning community model as well.
No, I think we did. I mean, some of the very obvious things that we always think of about getting people's buy-in, and particularly using sort of a person-centered approach, is not doing to somebody, but working with them to get them to contribute. And there's no better way of doing it than through a learning community, to get people to help shape the way that we work and deliver a service, but also making sure it really confirms that we're listening to staff, listening to people about their concerns, and building on that. It's really is a really successful way of continuously developing and rolling out new services.
Shaun, it's been great to talk with you today. Thank you so much, and for bringing your experience of the value and benefit of a learning community model.
No, my pleasure. Thank you, Siobhan.
Wherever you are in the world, if the sun isn't shining in your skies, may it shine in your heart. This is Siobhan signing out.